Welcome guys, welcome. This is a very important video because today I'm going to be breaking down exactly how I beat my own lust and weed addictions for good, rewired my mind for success, and actually built confidence, and how you can do the exact same in under 120 days using my method, the pain to purpose method. I'm not going to waste your time, let's get straight into it. You might want to take a pen and paper and write this down because I'm about to drop a lot of free game that you're not going to want to miss. Let's get started. So firstly, before we get started, this video is for you. If you are a high achiever and you actually know you're capable of a lot more, but you feel like your bad habits are what is keeping you behind and stopping you from living the life you want to live, this is also for you. If you tried quitting before multiple times, but you always end up back in the same cycle, and if you're tired, you feel stuck, you feel drained, and you feel controlled by your habits and by your addictions. This is also for you if you've started making decisions, like you feel like your decisions have been compromised by your addictions, that you're starting to notice that you're not really acting like yourself anymore. You feel like your addictions and your habits have kind of taken control of your whole identity. And lastly, this is definitely for you if you feel really guilty and ashamed a lot of the time, like you walk around just with this massive secret that's eating at you. However, this is not for you if you're looking for a quick fix, like you're just here to get some free game and dip, and you feel like you can watch this video and you'll have all the answers straight away. This is not for you. Again, this is not for you if you're okay with being stuck and you don't really care about your future. Not for you. And again, this is not for you if you feel like you'll eventually find a way to quit, but you never really actually commit to this. This is also not for you if you're not really looking to put in a real effort to reclaim your focus and energy, because I'm not going to lie to you, this takes effort. This is not an easy thing to do. If it was easy, everyone would do it. Also, it's not for you if you think the secret to this is just trying harder, because believe it or not, there's a lot more at play than just your effort here, and I'm going to go into depth on what is stopping you from becoming the person you want to be. So let's do it. So firstly, you need to know the truth about beating your bad habits for good. Because a lot of people have these stints where maybe they start getting on self-improvement and they start improving their life for a week or two, and then before you know it, you're back to doing the same shit again, you're back to doing the bad habits again, and you kind of feel you're stuck in that rut. And it's because most people fail because they use willpower alone. They think they can just sigma grind set their way into actually changing the way they see themselves and changing their lives. And that is not the case, because a lot of your habits are actually built in a neurological loop that needs to be rewired, because a lot of it is your brain and your identity, which I'll explain more about. So yeah, don't worry. I know I've given you a lot of information that is quite scary, but just know if I can overcome it, so can you. There's nothing special about me. I put in the effort, I learned things, and you can do the same. I'm going to give you this information because I know there's so much misinformation out there that for a lot of guys that are trying to change and grow and just become better, there's so much information that makes you kind of contradict yourself and you don't really know where to go. So I want to make this as simple as possible to put you in the right direction. And that's why I developed the pain to purpose method, which is my method that I built through my own trial and error. And a lot of in-depth research into psychology, because I'm a bit of a nerd. Personal just trial and error, just trying things out, seeing what works, and having a lot of experience with clients. Over the years, I've dealt with hundreds of young men and women who have come to me with their issues, a lot of them including lots of bad habits and things that they're trying to get rid of, and really seeing what's worked for them has really made me very certain that the pain to purpose method is the best method out there for beating any addiction. So let's break it all down. Let's start. So in the next few minutes, I'm going to outline the entire process of the pain to purpose method from A to Z, from start to finish. I'll show you exactly what I did for myself and for all of my clients to help them achieve great results. And mainly this is all so you can break your habits and reclaim control over your life in just 120 days. That is my guarantee. Okay, so what is the pain to purpose method? What is the pain to purpose method? That is the question on your lips. So this is a 4-stage phase that will really help you beat your addictions and really get closer to becoming the person you want to be. And the 4 steps are understanding, observing, incorporating, and rewiring. So let's get into it. Let's start with understanding. So when it comes to understanding, it's really important to reframe the addiction, because a lot of the time addictions are kind of viewed as part of your identity. Like, a lot of us see ourselves as, someone who's trying to beat addiction. We're someone who's trying to stop watching porn. We're someone who's trying to quit weed. We're someone who's trying to stop drinking so much. And we don't understand the strength that this has on our mind. Because, for example, if I told you not to think about a big elephant right now, your brain is going to think about a big elephant. The same way that if you try and think, okay, I need to stop watching porn, I need to stop doing this, your brain is going to start thinking about it automatically. That's how our brain works. So it's important to change and reframe the addiction. So instead of focusing on what you're trying to get rid of, you focus on where you want to be. So instead of saying, I struggle with addiction, saying I'm trying to reframe and master my mind. That has to be the focus. Because the truth is, a lot of the cravings that we have, they're really actually opportunities for us to understand our triggers and understand how we can grow stronger. Because these, cravings, they're actually opportunities rather than drawbacks. Okay, so understanding triggers. Understanding your triggers are extremely important, because these are the things that lead us to these bad habits. And it's very important to differentiate between these internal triggers and external triggers, because you have to be aware of the environment that you put yourself in. So nowadays, our environment isn't just who we hang out with, and it's not just, the people around us. It's also what we consume. What sort of content are you consuming? Are you consuming content? How much of it? Why are you consuming it? It's important to understand that all of these things play a factor into your bad habits. You can't be someone who scrolls on your phone mindlessly for 10 hours every day and wonder why you end up being back on the hub at midnight and you're still smoking. It's because you're constantly just unaware of your actual dialogue. You're just consuming information mindlessly. Of course it's going to lead you back to these bad habits. Because it's very important to understand that the things that you surround yourself with are basically things that are part of your awareness. And as we know as humans, we're only aware of the things that we are aware of. So if you are around people that are also doing the same bad habits that you're trying to get away from, you can kind of put 2 and 2 together and see why you still haven't been able to break past these habits. So it's important to understand that you need to really replace these bad habits with habits that, are more healthy. Things like mindfulness techniques, things like talking to yourself in a positive way to actually disarm these triggers, and understanding that when these triggers do happen, you have to be aware of them and point them out. Okay, so observing. So as we said, it's very important to be able to observe your craving. So cravings are kind of like ocean waves, because they rise, peak, and eventually subside. Instead of battling against them, you have to learn how to ride the wave. As humans, we're going to have periods in our lives where we're going to be weak to these cravings and these feelings and these sensations. It's very important to allow yourself to be still, to sit with these feelings. You don't have to react. Just because you have an inclination, your brain says, okay, it's time to go smoke, it's time to go watch porn. You don't have to do it. It's important to understand that you are in control. You're in control of your body, you're in control of your mind. When these things come up and you have these cravings, it's important to understand that I don't have to act on them. I can sit here and wait for the feeling to subside. I can do something else to distract myself from this feeling. It's possible. But the only way that you're able to actually get to a place where you can observe these cravings without, labeling them as bad or labeling yourself as weak, is to develop mindfulness, which is the ability to be conscious of your mind and your thoughts. And this is something that a lot of us have not worked on. A lot of us are not even aware it even exists. And until you're able to develop your own mindfulness techniques, maybe meditation, literally just staring at the wall, just sitting still, you're always going to be unable to react or not react to the things around you, because you're just someone who's very easily just swayed left or right because you're very emotional. So incorporating. So this is the step where you start to, lower your intake of these bad things, lower your intake of these bad habits. Gradual detox. You gradually do less of the activity over time until you find yourself not enjoying it as much. So maybe this looks like, instead of smoking weed every day, you have a agreement with yourself. Okay, if I know I don't want to smoke every day, maybe I can smoke every other day. Maybe I can smoke twice a week. Maybe I can smoke as a reward for doing X or Y. This is when you start to build some discipline in yourself and understand that you don't have to react to every single craving and urge you get, especially if you know that it's not benefiting you in any way. Because it's important to understand that a lot of these habits that we've built into our system now, if you quit it just cold turkey, like outright, this is a temporary solution. And it will lead to you binging. It will lead to you falling back into it heavy, which is something we don't want to do. So it's important to replace this time that you use on these addictions with like things that are more natural, because what's happened is that you've got addicted to the dopamine that you get from these habits. It's not the habit itself, it's the dopamine you get. And this dopamine can be replaced with more healthy habits, things like cold therapy, which I can't lie, I personally don't do, but I know some people like doing that, so I put it there. But things like working out, eating healthy food, going on walks in nature, speaking to people, these are natural things that humans enjoy and get dopamine from. But because, you know, the easiest thing to do is just scroll on your phone, play video games, smoke weed, watch porn, that is why we do it, because it's easy. And you have to learn the easy thing is not the best thing. And it's also very important to understand that if you don't beat these addictions, if you don't beat these habits, there is a negative future that is waiting for you. There is a future right now that's out there where you are a slave to your addictions forever. You never beat them. You never actually become the person you want to be. And knowing that that future exists in an alternate reality has to get you to be like, okay, that can't be me. I can't be the person who falls victim to these bad habits. I can't be the person who never gets over these addictions and lets them define my life. That can't be me. Because that is the decision that I made, and I am so happy I made it. And I want you to feel this as well, because I know you can. So let's get into rewiring, which is the final step. So now that we've kind of understood the addiction and we've tried to replace it with more healthy things, now it's important to really try and rewire the brain and make new connections. This is when I started to build a routine for myself that allowed me to incorporate these, healthy habits, that allowed me to incorporate things I actually enjoyed, and allowed me to incorporate tasks that led to my long-term goals. Because what happens is that a lot of us, when we build these bad habits, they replace the time that we can use to do things that we actually care about. They replace the activities that we could be doing that will actually help us in our future. Because what happens is that we literally trade in feeling good right now for feeling good in the long term. And it's a trick that our brain plays on us, because our brain can't experience what we haven't experienced yet. But our brain it wants us to be comfortable. It knows that, if I smoke weed right now, if I watch porn right now, I'm going to feel good right now. And if I don't watch it, then my brain's going to be like, oh, no dopamine, oh, so sad, oh, I feel bad. if you know what I mean. And having the ability to understand that's the, what's going on in your brain, and being like, okay, I don't want to fall victim to that. That is when you know you're making progress. Okay, so this is proof that this pain to purpose method that I've just explained to you works for everyone. These are reviews that I've received for my one-to-one consultations that I've been doing over the years. And as you can tell, it has made serious changes in these people's lives. I can't tell you how many times I've jumped in a call with someone and their energy and vibration is so low. And by the time we've done with our session, they have a new understanding of life. They have a new understanding of what they want to do with their life. They feel empowered. They feel like they're ready to take on the world. And that is exactly what I want to give to you. I want to give you the information that allows you to understand that you are not defined by the way you view yourself right now. There's a version of you that has done all the things you want to do. There's a version of you that has beaten these habits, and they are happier. And you can live that future. You can live that reality. It can be yours. It is in your hands. Okay, so I've just given you the exact framework that I use to help so many people break free from their addictions, but the real magic happens in the execution, and that is why I have an offer for you today. Because if you're someone who's tired of relapsing constantly, you're tired of feeling like you're stuck in this loop where you're just addicted to things, and you try and have a break and you're back to it over and over again, if you're sick of the constant cravings and, you know, really draining your energy and derailing your goals, and if you're done with feeling ashamed of yourself all the time, if you're done walking around just feeling down and feeling like you kind of hate yourself, man, because I know what that feels like. It's shit. I hated it. And I know that you're probably feeling isolated and, you know, you're doubting your ability to change. I want to help you. I really do. I want to help you so bad. You don't understand. I'm really passionate about this because I know what it feels like to be you, and I know what it feels like to feel like there's no hope for you. And I want you to know it's not true. There is hope. All you need is information. So if you're ready to stop letting the relapses define your future and actually seize control of the cravings that drain your energy and, you know, sabotage your long-term goals, the goals that you want, the goals that you care about. And if you actually want to overcome this isolation and this crushing self-doubt and build the life that you deserve, and I do say deserve, you deserve to be happy about yourself. You deserve to live a good life, man. This is the one life you get. You deserve to make it good. I want to help you. So if you want to have a one-to-one call with me where I'll break this down for you and really help you become the person you want to be, become the person that you've dreamed of becoming, use the link below in the description to book a one-to-one call with me on Calendly. The link is below. And I promise you, you will be able to turn your pain into purpose in under 120 days. It is my guarantee. So I hope you found this useful. And if you did, leave me a comment down below. And I can't wait to talk to you. I can't wait. Alright, speak to you soon. Much love. See ya.